What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns reading over your comments because I actually do that. Not only do I read over your comments, and I encourage you to leave comments in my videos, but I often do my best to try to reply to each and every one of you. Well, except for you. Not just kidding. All right. So this post comes from JT Max. He left it in the comment section on one of my rant vids because I always encourage you guys, my viewers, subscribers, and fans, to leave rant suggestions for future installments. By the way, my rant series airs almost each and every Sunday on the channel. So this is what JT Max said. I don't know if you did this rant, but I'm going to suggest it anyways. There are way too little interiors in Grand Theft Auto 5 Story or Grand Theft Auto Online. For the people who make roleplay videos, this is horrible, and I agree. For the people that are hunted down by a little kid with an RPG for no reason, this is horrible as well. We need more interiors if you can pull out your weapon in front of them or not. Like maybe open the Cluck and Bell factory up in Paleto Bay, go inside the country club, hell, maybe even go inside the airport to watch some planes take off. Quote unquote. Now, JT, I'm obviously not going to use this for a rant video, but I am using it for one of my newer series, My Improvement Show. And today we're going to talk about the interiors in Grand Theft Auto Online, specifically or lack thereof. Now, as you mentioned, there are interiors in Grand Theft Auto 5 Story. And it would be awesome if there were more interiors in Grand Theft Auto 5 Story, especially in Grand Theft Auto Online, which is where we're going to focus this improvements video on regarding interiors in Grand Theft Auto Online. And I think, JT, you are seriously on to something. Now, I can understand the original reason why we didn't have as many interiors in Grand Theft Auto Online when it first came out in October 2013 on last gen Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, even though there is several interiors already in the game, and a lot of them are available in story mode. Tequila Law, the Comedy Club, Life Invader, Humane Labs, the hospital, the Cluck and Bell factory up in Paleto Bay, as you mentioned, the LSPD police station, Bahama Mama's West, the O'Neill House by Grapeseed. Actually, some of those that I mentioned may not be available in story mode either, but interiors for some of those that I've mentioned have been found and glitched in to where you actually could go inside until Rockstar patched them. So I would very much like to see all those interiors eventually added to free mode in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, I don't claim to be an expert in the processing and the memory and the RAM and all that jazz when it comes to computers or video game consoles. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know about the innards. But I have to believe that compared to the limitations of last gen consoles, that it is possible and plausible for Rockstar to add the interiors that are already coded in the game to current gen version of Grand Theft Auto Online on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and especially over on PC. There is something else I want to address real quick. I realize that technically you can access some of the interiors I mentioned via the various adversary modes that have come out since March of 2015. But that is only in adversary mode. That is not in free mode. I want to see all those interiors available to go into, explore, check out with your friends and your crewmates, and role play like JT wants, and even hide from people that are trying to murder you, especially if you happen to have like a $9,000 bounty on you. It would just make a lot of sense if Rockstar eventually included those interiors to free mode on current gen. Now, I don't know if Rockstar's ever going to do that because there could be memory issues. It could take even longer to get into Grand Theft Auto Online lobbies because you know how the cloud sim works already. So this can make it even more difficult to accomplish that feat. It could make it easier, but I seriously doubt that. So that could be a big reason why we have yet to see those interiors that I mentioned, like the Tequila La La, the Comedy Club, Life Invader, Humane Labs, the hospital that Michael wanders around in during the story mode mission, as well as the interior of the Cluck and Bell factory in Paleto Bay, the police station, which we had access to until Rockstar patched it for some rhyme or reason, Bahama Mama's West, and of course the O'Neill House out by Grapeseed. But you never know, JT. Maybe one day Rockstar will in fact add all those interiors in a future major update to Grand Theft Auto Online free mode. That would be awesome if they did. Another thing I would like for Rockstar to do is add more penthouses. Now, we have 3 penthouses in the game, thanks to executives and other criminals. Unfortunately, they're all in the same tower, Eclipse Tower. I would like to see at least 1 penthouse or 2 penthouses or 3 in the other high-end apartments like Tinsel Towers, Richards Majestic, Weasel Tower, Del Perro, 3 Alta Street, and of course 4 Integrity Way. The main reason why I want Rockstar to do this is because I would like to own more than 1 penthouse high-end apartment. Now I know what you're going to say. Well, GeauxBurns, you're in luck. You can own up to 3 of them, but they're in the same effing building. It kind of kills the illusion of having separate apartments in different buildings, you know? That's one reason why I definitely would like to see the penthouses eventually added to all the other high-end apartments. Therefore, I could have a penthouse apartment in Eclipse Towers, and have one in Tinsel Towers, have one on 3 Alta Street, or any of the other high-end apartments that I mentioned, because those are some really cool options. Plus, you could have a different interior for this apartment, a different interior for that apartment. In other words, you wouldn't have to sit there trying to pick one interior over the other, because I don't know about you, but there's at least 2 or 3 interiors that I really like, and I'd love to have the ability to have this interior in this apartment at Eclipse, and then another interior at Tinsel Towers, and another one at Del Perro. That way when you walk into the apartment, each one has a unique feel to it. Now, along with the penthouse apartments and of course the interior for the yacht, I would like to see something else added, something that I think is very lacking when it comes to apartments, whether they're low end, medium, or especially high end, is mini games that you can play with your friends and crewmates. You can go into your apartments and play games. At least I wish you could. Like, for example, darts, a pool table, aka billiards, table tennis, also known as ping pong, as well as perhaps even a fun round of poker, blackjack, 7-card stud, 5-card draw, Texas Hold'em. It would just be awesome if we had the ability to have some sort of mini game in the high-end apartments and aboard the yacht as well. Now, the final interiors I'd like to see eventually added to Grand Theft Auto Online. The big one is the one that's been rumored about forever, the possible future DLC that may never happen, the casino. I would love for there to be an actual casino one day with an interior, so we could go, gamble all of our money away and, hand it over to Rockstar. Because as the old saying goes, the house always wins. I'd also love to see a bowling alley, because in real life I love bowling, and despite the fact it was annoying as hell whenever Roman called up Nico in Grand Theft Auto 4 asking to go bowling all the damn time, I wouldn't mind going bowling with some of my friends and fans and crewmates. That'd be kind of fun. And another thing I'd like to see is another rumor that's out there that's circulated come to fruition. The interior of Maze Bank Arena allowing us to stunt race. That would be cool. I would love to do that if that actually is a thing somewhere down the road. And finally, I would love for the interiors of the Fleeca banks to be opened up, because they look like they've been tweaked and modified for hit and runs, where you could quickly run into a bank, rob it for a few $1,000s, similar to the convenience stores, but you earn more money, but it's also more high risk. So instead of a 2-star wanted level, you get like a 3 or 4-star wanted level, but at the same time, you earn more money by robbing the banks. What interior or interiors would you like to see added to Grand Theft Auto Online? Let me know below in the comment section, or if you have an idea for a future improvements video, let me know that as well. You can leave it below in the comment section. You can tweet it to me. You can Facebook message it to me. Or you can email me, GeauxBurns@gmail.com.